Hello everyone again. I wish you could smell my kitchen because it smells divine in here. It smells really, really good. So I'm gonna actually check on the cakes now because it smells like they are done. So I've got my, hello, welcome back guys. So I've got my oven gloves, or you might hear people call them oven mitts. Mine have cats on them, because of course. So I'm going to just have a look at my cake. Now, you don't want to keep opening and closing the oven when you're baking a cake. So if you can see, I'm going to get a knife and I'm going to put it in here. And if the knife comes out clean, which it has, it means that it's cooked, which is great. So I'm going to turn my oven off. I'm going to get out both halves of the cake. And that wasn't even 8 minutes, that was about 6 minutes. So in total, that only took 18 minutes to bake. So this recipe is really good. It is a quick, if you're having people over for lunch, you quickly make something. So now I'm going to flip my cake over onto my cooling rack. Ooh. And I'm going to give the top a bit of a bash. Firstly, I'm going to lift off. Oh, that's my buzzer. Lift off this bit. And I'm going to do the same this side and flip it over. Give it a little tap, tap, tap. Can you see that? Oh, it looks good. Oh. Thank you for my mitten compliments. I do love them. They were a gift. So, next I'm gonna get out. Okie dokie. So I've got out both rings. Now, this is the bit that it's either going to be great or terrible. So I'm going to use a thick knife with a thick blade, and I'm going to slice the top off, and I'm hoping, because we greased it, that actually it will come off without too much cake stuck. If I had baking parchment or baking paper, I would use that as well, but it looks like, woohoo! Hey, happy days! So if you can see, that is 1/2. So you see it's quite thin. If I'd have used self-raising flour, it would have raised up a little bit more. And you are right, there are cats on my mittens. You can see. So this hasn't raised massively. You could always add a bit, probably maybe another 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder or baking soda. But because we've got 2 halves, this is the beauty, as you can see, of having doing both tins, because then you can sandwich them together. Oh, it smells really delicious. I'm gonna have a lot of cake to eat because it's only the 2 of us. Okay, excellent. So they've come out really nicely. Let me show you. Spin the camera around here. So I've got 2 cake halves. Sorry, my video keeps cutting out. Golden brown, beautiful, beautiful. Now, I don't know if you can see, there's still steam rising. What I would normally do is I would normally leave these to cool for maybe 10 minutes, but because I'm on a video, I'm actually just gonna put the icing on now. There is a trick that my grandma taught me. When you are, let me get out a knife. When you are spreading the jam on the cake, if you have a hot cup of water, then you can keep dipping the knife in and then it spreads really nicely. So I've got some water in the kettle that's still fairly warm. It doesn't have to be hot, it just needs to be slightly warm. So as I spread the cake, if I put the knife in the hot water, it just helps it spread easily. It's like I said, hello again. As you can see, it can get a bit sticky to spread. So if I just put my knife in the hot water, it just makes it a little bit easier to spread. What's your favourite type of jam, guys? I love strawberry. I like blackberry jam, but it's not something I have often. I'm going to spread this quite thinly because obviously jam is very, very sweet, so you don't need a lot of it. And a few more gloops. So again, I'm just going to keep dipping my knife in that hot water. This makes it a bit easier to spread. The last cake I made was for my friend's 30th birthday last week, and I made a chocolate cake and it came out not very great. It was a bit crumbly. I'm not sure what I'd done wrong, but I'm glad this cake has turned out a little bit better. And it's such a simple recipe. And this is the cake, you know, have at birthday parties, tea with your grandma, someone over, just a friend over, slice of Victoria sponge with a cup of tea. Oh, can't go wrong. So that's one side of the cake, so I'm just going to show you guys. So not, you know, sorry, the video, I don't know why it keeps freezing. So as you can see, it's not very thick, just like a nice thin layer. Strawberry jam, trying to get it to the edges. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Okay, next thing, put this back in my hot water for a second. Jam in the fridge. And next I've got my butter icing, so that's going to go on this half of the cake. And again, I'm going to use my knife to spread it. So this, the way I like to do my butter icing is I like to just dollop it on the cake. Now bear in mind the sponge is still a little bit warm, so ideally you would wait till it's cooled down. And I'm just going to use the same knife as I did for my jam. It's all the same. And then I'm just going to spread it. Oh, again, what a great sound. I'm going to spread it round. And I tend to spin the cooling rack to make it easier. And you want it fairly thick. You want this thicker than the jam. Looks really yummy. Again, my butter icing is a little bit lumpy, but nice and fluffy still as well. I'm just going to try and spread it to the edge. Okay. Now, the next bit is the tricky bit. So let me just show you guys. My butter icing. I wish I could just send you all guys a slice online just through the air. How good would that be? Okay, so I've got my jam, I've got my butter icing, and now I'm gonna flip the sponge, this half on top of this half. And I'm hoping that it doesn't all fall to pieces, which seems good. Ta-da! Whoa! Excellent. You see that? Oh, yum. Now, a traditional Victoria sponge doesn't actually have any toppings. So normally it would just look like, and you can see a bit of icing coming out the side. Oh, yum yum yum. Like I said, it's not super thick. That would be my only thing. I would like it to be a bit bigger, which is where the self-raising flour is better. But I like to add, I don't like to, you know, you don't need any proper icing, but I'm going to sprinkle a bit of icing sugar on top just to make it look a bit prettier. It doesn't add anything to the flavour. So again, if you had a sieve, I would sieve this on. But I'm just going to literally sprinkle a bit of icing sugar on top. Maybe a tiny little bit more. Gorgeous. And that is a Victoria sponge, ladies and gentlemen. Ta-da! What I would do next is I'm going to put it on a plate so it looks even prettier. So you can use your knife actually to help you get it onto the plate. Oh, nearly lost it there. Just gonna. Uh-oh. It's all going wrong at the end. I'm just gonna quickly. What? Lift it. Flattering around, making a mess. It's the best kind of cooking. Licking the edge. Lovely. I'll just give my hands a quick wash. And here we have it. A Victoria sponge. What do you guys think? Delicious or what? Oh my goodness. I'm definitely going to make a cup of tea and have a slice now. So in the middle you've got your jam, you've got your butter icing, ingredients just butter, flour, sugar, 6 ounces of each, and 3 eggs. Simple as that. Beautiful. Tom is going to be very pleased because he absolutely loves cake. So thank you for those listening live and for those watching it later. That is my amateur cooking hour. What do you guys like to cook? And what are you going to have for dinner? And what do you like to bake? I do like baking cakes. That's quite a nice thing to bake. You can also use this recipe to make small fairy cakes. So it's quite adaptable. And yeah, I hope everyone is staying safe and well, and if there's anything, as always, you want to ask or think about for next week's talk, just let me know. Until then, peace and love, and thanks again for listening. Alright guys, take it easy.